Welcome to the CFG Game Cast episode number 275, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week, and we release it on all podcast services and on twitch.tv/CFG Games and on YouTube at the CFG. So do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, or commenting on both our streaming services, or go to our main website, freaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today I got my two awesome co-hosts. I got Pop in the second seat. What is going on, Pop? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I am enjoying my new workspace. I don't know if you saw the tweets about me yelling about the IKEA and their non-existent instruction guide. It's just a nice picture book. And if you get lost, you should definitely call them. I didn't have to call them though. I just went to YouTube, and fortunately some other like do-it-yourself builders are just like, here's how you put this together. I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
That's always. I mean, IKEA's been doing that for years, man. They never, because they think they think of this furniture as like a Lego set. Sometimes, it's like it's like, here you go. It's easy. It's like pictures are going to be a lot easier instead of explaining it with words. Sometimes it's the case, sometimes it's not.
And I would have been fine if they would have labeled because the pieces to build the stuff were not labeled at all. So I was digging in the bag. I'm like, I really hope they sent everything and not one part is missing. Nothing was missing. Everything's fine. I'm still a little sore from like building and moving the stuff, but we're all good and set to go.
That's good. That's good. Oh, but you're now 100% up and running?
Yeah, I am 100% up and running.
Nice.
Ended up, for those who were may have watched last time when I wasn't here, I have iron deficient anemia and it gets really, really bad. Some days I'm up, some days I'm down, but I'm going to be on iron gummies to prevent that from happening. They said that as long as I keep up my current diet, I should be fine, but I need to increase my iron intake just a little bit because of my age.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, no, that doesn't suck, but I mean, it sucks that you had that. Well, I mean, gummies are always good to have.
Fiber.
Yeah.
Like I take fiber, gummy fibers in the morning. Yep.
Yeah,
I can't do pills because they're gigantic, and I had to explain to them I literally cannot take pills. I will literally just throw it up while trying to take it.
Yeah.
If they are bigger than an M&M, GG's.
You have a gag reflex when it comes to those long pills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to learn.
Sometimes those. Yeah, I don't like big pills either. Like I'm just like I'm not a big fan of taking pills in general, but like giant ones, like sometimes they like get caught in your throat and like you start choking. You're like, I'm gonna die from freaking pill.
Like I'm fine with them if I've had something to eat, but some of them require you to take them like early in the morning. I'm like, I can't take this at like 6 o'clock and then try to eat. I'm not gonna feel like eating.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know what you mean on that. But yeah, it's funny. Like I had to teach myself to be like, you know what? Actually, the worst I have is cotton mouth. After you have a pill, it just dries. It just dries up your mouth, like all the moisture in your mouth sometimes. Oh, it's so bad.
That happened when I had a root canal and I had that happen. They put me on like some like hydrocillin or something. It was something like super strong, and every time I only had to take one whenever I was like in severe pain, and I felt like I needed all the water in the world. Like I could not talk after taking, like you do the episode of SpongeBob where they like dry up, they're just like that was me.
It's exactly what it is. It's so bad. It feels so bad. It's ridiculous. Oh man. Hey, but you know what, Pop?
What?
You know the person who's actually planning on doing the sequel to D'Angelo's favorite song, How Does It Feel?
Oh, don't tell me.
It's the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Yo, I lied. It has not been a chill weekend. It has been a very busy weekend. Actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, so my daughter's birthday was last weekend, but we did a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party yesterday. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, she had an absolute blast. She had some friends come through and whatnot, and we did did the whole nine. So, that was a lot of fun. And then actually earlier that day, I had the opportunity to go to Summerlin Hospital, and through Vegas Inferno and Starlight Foundation, we had raised money to bring a gaming cart to a hospital here out in Las Vegas. Well, we had continued that fundraiser continues and whatnot. We have raised enough to be able to get 3 mobile gaming not carts, but like these cases as well. So 2 of them are staying here, and one of them is actually going to Chicago to a hospital out there. So I was able to go out during this presentation and talk, and they hooked up the cart and whatnot. So just being able to, huge thanks to everybody from my community as well that donated for that. So being able to physically go there and see, just what we helped to fundraise and bring just meant a lot, being able to be there. So that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Being able to do that. Yeah, that was fantastic. And then it hasn't, it's finally materialized. This has been something that has been like almost 2 years in the making. But Itty Bitty Gaming News is officially on Sports Illustrated at sportsillustrated.com/esports, part of the Esports Impact. Like I said, and you've known about this, I've kind of kept this close to my chest. I'm a very firm believer in not putting things out there until things are actually moving, or the ink has dried and whatnot. So I've kept it kind of limited. But it's something that I've been having these conversations with trying to get gaming news on this platform for a while. It's something that they had reached out to me here a while ago. A big thanks to Lucas, actually facilitated and helped to connect with Anthony. And officially last week, gaming news started being put up on there. So it's nice. It all fits together. I've just kind of little change by adding an esports story. And then a logo drop and whatnot. And I'm still refining and changing things up and whatnot, but it is officially on there. So
that's awesome, dude. Congrats on that.
Thank you. So I don't know what that means exactly, but it's something. So
it means Smitty's going to Hollywood. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to be
baby steps.
So
let's see if we can do some other things. But yeah, dude. So it's been good. Otherwise, video game wise, just Battlefield 6. That's not true, because I do play Football Manager 24. And I am pumped that Football
I will
Manager
say this
26 officially got a trailer after they failed and
didn't say they got delayed.
Remember, no, Football Manager 25 outright got canceled. They said it didn't meet what they thought the expectations were. That's where it had last ended with Football Manager. So I've been rocking Football Manager 24. There is no 25, and we got our first trailer for Football Manager 26.
I have never seen a person who has been so detached from soccer be so in so heavy with the game of the management in soccer for as hard as you have. That's interesting.
It's great. It's great simulation. Like if you it's like basically like a business. You're a business manager, and you're like you're making decisions for this team and whatnot, and like recruiting people and figuring out training wise, and like, hey, we've been pulling in this much money. Let's build up the training facility so we can attract better talent. Like, it's pretty complex. I may not understand soccer, but like I'm learning things. I figured it out. Like, we have won championships. I have gotten great players. Like, I have now been with the St. Louis. I don't even remember what the hell our mascot is.
I'm on the St. Louis soccer team.
something like that. I've been their manager for the last 3 years. Just got a contract extension because I've gone over the expectations of the board and whatnot. So like,
we're playing some sort of sport that requires a ball somewhere in the mix.
Like, people get injured. Like, this goalie's been slipping. Like, you got to make these decisions. Decisions. It's great. I love it.
You got to make those decisions, or people will die.
People will at least leave your club, and then your job's going to be at stake. So
yes, Smitty, you're literally the Black Ted Lasso. That's exactly what you are.
That's basically what we're getting at here. That is basically what we are getting
That's exactly what you are right now. That is hilarious to me. That is basically what it is. I'm gonna have to call it how I see it. That's what that's what I'm looking at right now.
You're right. What about you, man? What have you been into, brother?
Oh man, I have been real swamped. I've been getting ready for PAX, setting up the cards, getting the meetings, the setups and stuff like that this whole week. The time when I actually streamed 1.5 times this week, which is impressive. Like that wasn't a part of the podcast, which was really cool. And I was streaming some more Neo 2. The more I play it, the more I'm getting into it, I will say. It's a fun game. It's an incredibly frustrating game, I will most definitely. But hopefully I am learning it slowly. I am definitely learning it slowly, but there is so many mechanics in this game that like I could easily see someone getting overwhelmed quite easily. Like Smitty, you would this is definitely not a game I would see you ever play.
It ain't for me.
Yeah.
I can tell you that out the gate.
Because like, it's like it's funny because like, when you think of like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, they do have an interesting system of like of a tree of what you can build up to. But this has like so many sub trees and so many different other options and different forms. There's their own specific tree in itself, which at first I didn't like. But then now when I'm playing more with the weapon that I'm using, I'm like, okay, now I'm understanding why. I don't have to fill everything out. I could just pick a lane and just go through, choose what I want there and go from there. Yeah, but there's still a lot. I mean, like now it's all about like attuning your spirits that you collect, and it's also trying to strengthen the weapons that you have, and just so many things. I don't know how you did it, Pop. I really don't. To keep up with all of this, but it's a fun game. I need to try the online mode of it, like the multiplayer. So, but we'll see. But no, I can easily see why like it's really a hidden gem. I will for as old as that game. I believe that game is almost 5 years old now, but it's really it's really really good. So, yeah. So I was messing around with that. I'm still like trying to get well, I was going to go to my FGC because, like I said, I'm trying to get back into learning of Street Fighter again and Guilty Gear. Which by the way, Pop, did you see the trailer for Lucy? The new trailer that came out today?
But I was more concerned with the 2.0, that freaking Shadow Drop Jam and RoboKai. Like, I'm excited for Lucy, but what I saw. Oh, you didn't see Guilty Gear Strive 2.0 coming 2026?
I didn't see. So Jam is finally coming in.
Yeah, if you look at the end, there's like a silhouette of Jam and RoboKai.
Oh my god! You know what? They still just come on, Arc System Works. Bring back Zappa. Just bring back Zappa. That's all I want. I don't care about anything else. Like you even have him in the story in the game. Come on, just bring him back. No, everyone would be happy. How it goes. But anyways, no, yeah, I am. But what's her name looks really fun. I will say, like she seems like a mid-range player. So I might mess with her a little bit. So looking forward to it. I can't believe Jam is coming back though. That's awesome. So
I love it.
Who's RoboKai? I'm trying to find a picture of RoboKai. I'll figure him out. But anyways, I know you other want to talk about my learning curve that I'm doing in Street Fighter. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, on twitch.tv/CFG Games, and on YouTube at the CFG on YouTube, to be a part of the conversation. So if there is something you wanted to chime in about on whatever we talk about, by all means, just type it inside the chat. We will talk with you and go from there. So, Pop, what are you bringing to the table?
I would like to inform you all that Davis is not the reason why the title is the way that it is. It was me.
It was not me for the first time ever.
No, it was me. Unfortunately, Nintendo has done something that could greatly impact the speedrunning community, and as a speedrunner, what better way to bring up this topic? For those who may be familiar with the event RTA in Japan, which was originally inspired by GDQ or Games Done Quick, were told to pull every Nintendo game from the lineup after Nintendo pulled an unauthorized use claim. Now all organizers must ask permission for every single game that appears in their lineup in the future. Now, there has been no word from GDQ or other speedrun events. Like there's one over in the UK that happens. They haven't said anything recently about this, but this could greatly impact the lineup that we see at speedrun events. If you watch GDQ, I mean, just recently they had a Mario week not too long ago, on top of the Sonic week that they or the Sega week that they usually have. This could impact what we see at GDQ at TwitchCon. If Nintendo sees that some of their games are in the lineup at TwitchCon, this could impact what we see there. And I just wanted to know what you both think about Nintendo just saying, "Hey, you don't have permission to play our games at this event for a charitable cause."
Yeah, I mean,
that tracks.
It's not out of the ordinary for Nintendo to raise a fit about their own community. Nintendo, I don't know how Nintendo gets away with this. This is what I find very interesting with Nintendo, because they are probably the biggest like blocker or not like advocates, like people who do not care about their community. Like when it comes to the game, when it comes to gaming. Like, I don't understand, like, we the history with Nintendo and Smash Brothers. That's probably the biggest community that you easily see this all the time. Everyone talks about it. Nintendo doesn't support the Smash community. They never backed it out. They never like sponsored anything like to it. And then even the most recent stuff, like they did a patch on Mario Kart World that allowed that because people were complaining that they didn't want to do the point A to point B tracks online. They're wanting to do the closed circuit tracks so they can actually go in loops and stuff. But then there was a way to kind of circumvent that. So because the randomizer usually chose more for the point A to point B tracks. But then literally Nintendo went out of their way to just say, no, you're not playing it right. We're going to remove that feature so you can have the chance to do it. So you have to play that in a sense, and people are pissed. It's like, I mean, to say that Nintendo is going to do something like this, like it's not out of the realm of possibility for Nintendo at all whatsoever. I mean, it's very weird that they pinpointed a charity to do it. So this is probably the worst I've seen them do it, unless they knew like this charity is also an underground drug smuggling chain. And they're like, nope, we don't want to we don't want you to do this for your
Here's the name
drug
of the
addictions
charity:
and stuff.
Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah, so
not
there you
looking
go.
very good.
It doesn't look good. I don't understand why they went out their way to be like, cease and desist. You're not going to play any of the Nintendo based games like this. So are they not fans? They're not fans of people's creativities or what they can do on breaking. Not necessarily. Let's not say break the game, but take the game to a level where it's like, not like, who would have thought that you could beat this game in like an hour. As opposed, but they take it personal. I don't understand why, but it's such a shame that's where we're living at now. And can you imagine if we lived in an age where everything was digital, and then we're going to be to a point where Nintendo may have the power to be like, remember, Nintendo already has the power to shut your system down, can brick your Nintendo Switch 2 if it's something that's not around the TOA or the TOS. So I mean, like, It's just crazy that this is where we're at right now. It's like what Cypher just said. You're not playing right. Y'all need my Nintendo up your ass about Nintendo. What's up with this? What's up with Nintendo? No, anyways, but like, yeah, I just it's weird. It's like I don't understand why people are surprised. That's where it comes down to. We know Nintendo has always been this way, and now you're giving them even more power and stuff. Look at what they're doing with freaking Power World, for crying out loud. I mean, it's like they've always been this way. They're just trying to get, until someone's going to tell them no, you can't get away with this nonsense, or rights to be like, hey, we bought this game, we supported your game. Why are you going out your way to tell us we're not playing it the way that you're wanting us to play? Is insane to me. So, anyways, that's what I'm thinking. What about you, Smitty?
I mean, that is the weirdest part. Is like, why I don't understand why they don't support it. Like, I feel like at one point in time, does it have something to do about like the competitive? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's got to be a reason, right? That they don't support like competitive play like that. It's like it's a competitive game.
I would think so.
My thing is, so with events like this, you know, speedrunners aren't like competing at against each other at these events. Like it's more so in line with the whole, if something is going to be streamed as being monetized, but this event isn't monetized, it's for a charitable cause. There's a difference between the two. So apparently Nintendo is just like, anybody that's getting money and playing our stuff, you know, because they don't even have a streamer clause. Like other companies, Sega, Square Enix, they all have streamer clauses. So that states that streaming their games are safe. And Nintendo is the only company, to my knowledge, that does not have a clause for content creators, because for quite some time, YouTubers were getting flagged, their videos flagged for playing different Square Enix and Sega games, and they just went ahead and added that clause. And they send that to you when you get early access to keys. And things on what you can and can't do if you are, you know, doing monetized content, and Nintendo doesn't have that. They need something like that. Otherwise, they're shooting themselves in the foot. It's funny how we're talking about this, and GDQ is doing Pokemon Sword and Shield, I think, today.
That's funny. Hey, give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to restart my audio engine, so it's gonna take about 2 seconds. Give me a sec.
Uh oh. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
It just never. It just hasn't made sense to me why they don't. They don't support that kind of stuff. And I mean, you know, the money thing is like, all right, you know, but it's like, then why not organize something or figure out a way to be able to make it possible? Clearly, people want to do this stuff. Why not figure out a way and work together to do that? Like, there's just a disconnect, and it's always been with Nintendo, and Nintendo's always been aggressive with their IPs and other people even looking at them. You can't. But here's the weird thing. Look at them. Yeah, Mario, don't say that name. You can't use it.
Well, no, here's the weird thing about it, and this is what's really odd, because like, I mean, we all lived throughout the times of Nintendo Power. You remember? Yeah. Like, so there was times like the fan mail, all the different kinds of creativity, all the different kinds of things that people were doing, the crazy stuff that people were doing in some of these games for Nintendo. I don't know, like, along the way, what happened to Nintendo for them to be so anti like fan when it comes to this, because I don't even know where the first promotion of it was. Was it Smash? Was it Smash? Was it Melee? I don't know. It's so weird that how aggressive that they are on people, on how they are on people playing their games, let alone like, you know, streaming their games. And even charity is not charity donations and stuff are still are open to this nonsense, or essentially, let's call it what it is, harassment for these people, because they made the game, and then they feel like they can say that they feel like they have the power to tell you you can't play this game live on stream is abhorrent. It's like
pretty sure I didn't say anything that, or do we sign something that says that we can't? Or...
I know. Well, we don't know, but if someone decides to sit down and read the TOS or terms of service, and maybe, I mean, we probably are, but like, it's hard to say. But like 9 times out of 10, not all games have that TOS. not all games do have that like line of different things like saying you agree or you accept or whatever. But like it's so ridiculous. Like I just don't know what what there has to have been like a certain point of time where they just said, the gamers are wrong. We know what's better for we have an image specifically on how this said game is supposed to play. We're going to the only way to play it is the way that we think it needs to be played. No exceptions, regardless. If there is, we're going to take you down. I mean,
I feel like it's kind of indicative of the industry as a whole, where what came up as a bunch of ragtag people in this technology that's new and fun and interesting has slowly over time become more and more corporate. And you see it in a lot of different companies. And there's a lot more leeway and stuff like that. But like I feel like a lot of the companies are just spitting out dribble. Very much like the film industry. They're just rehashing stuff. There's no one, I mean, I'm not saying that completely no one. There are a lot of people doing a lot of interesting, cool things. But I mean, like your I guess AAA or your blockbuster, not blackbuster, blockbuster.
Blackbuster.
Sorry.
That's better.
I heard there's gonna be a new scary movie. Yeah, I feel like more and more of it, and we're seeing it more, and it's gonna, gamers are rejecting that, but the industry in itself is just super volatile, and I just feel like it's this weird mix of these corporate entities or people or boards or whatever that have infiltrated the highest of levels of gaming, and they're trying to put out this stuff that people are just like whatever, or making these weird like anti-consumer moves. But Nintendo's been doing it for a grip now too, so like them, I just feel like they're weirdly aggressive about their IPs, and I don't know what it is that pissed them off.
Yeah.
But something I feel like is like somebody hit that beehive, dude, and it has not stopped stinging people since that moment.
I mean, I mean, like, because I've never seen any other company as aggressive as Nintendo to take down.
It's crazy.
Like they're not only. I mean, not only like people like they're taking down modders. They're taking out. They've taken down like ROM sites. ROM sites. They're like they are like on it with their lawyer teams on taking down crazy ROM sites and stuff. But then to also say that they don't support communities of gamers, like it's not that hard to support the Smash community, even though the Smash community, in my opinion, are terrible. In my own personal opinion, are terrible. It's a terrible community. It's a long story, but yes, but yeah, they are still the community that Nintendo played. I mean, to say that people still play Melee to this day, a game that has been that's close to hidden over 25 years, tells you something. Like in itself, you want to celebrate the fact that people now, the standard for the Smash community is Melee. To at this day and age, the gamers that still play that are people that never played it when it initially came out, and yet you don't want to celebrate that. Instead, you're wanting to say we want to keep those people in the distance and stuff. When they made what's it called, Smash Brothers M, Melee M or whatever, the mod for it and stuff. Like it's I mean, when it gets all deep, but then again, it's just like it's crazy that people are just like that. These people are on the pulse specifically on the content, and yet they're just I don't understand, why are they so damn strict about it. That's what makes it so frustrating with Nintendo. It's like, I need a t-shirt that says Nintendo. You know what, you can easily make one. Actually, call Sega. Sega will probably say yes. Yes. Yeah, but
like we're still in it, y'all. We're still in it.
But but overall, what about you, Pop? I mean, I know you pointed it up, but like, I mean, like, do you have any kind of level of a fear or expectations? Like, what do you think of this could lead to?
I I'm more concerned about people that do a lot of speedruns of different Nintendo titles, especially their retro titles. Like this could heavily impact the retro scene, and I don't know what AGDQ will look like in January if Nintendo comes knocking at their door like, hey, we see you have Super Mario Sunshine on your list. Take that off.
It's like, not
Because
on my
not only
watch.
that doesn't even just affect the event, but that affects the runner as a whole. Like being told,
Mhm.
hey, you can't run our game. Like I don't know why they haven't said anything about Twitch yet, because technically by law we're not allowed to stream their games.
Yeah, technically,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm wondering what the content creation space is going to look like. I see one of two things happening, and I'm more so optimistic with the first and a realist with the second. The first being Nintendo adds a content creator clause and protects creators from this like this in the future. B, they double down on it, and you just can't stream or do anything on I mean, you still can't do anything. If you do anything on YouTube, they just demonetize the video.
They do. Yeah, it's
Um,
crazy.
Oh wow.
Um,
but I see them doubling down and just cracking down on demonetizing creators and creators being like you suck, and it just ends up being this big uproar. I actually kind of want to see that, like a gamer revolt against Nintendo. Not biased by any means. It's just it makes no sense that we have all of these people making content with your games, promoting your games, and legally they are not allowed to do that, and yet you're making money off of them
you know,
by promoting your product.
it's funny. Scyther's asking by whose law though? Isn't it based per country? Yes, it is based per country, but the current law, in right now in the U.S. it is clear. The Nintendo has posted saying that technically we're not allowed to give we need to get permission from Nintendo before any kind of levels of content like with Mario Kart and stuff. That's been around for a little bit over 2.5 years. But you know what? It's actually kind of funny. Someone actually had a good quote about this. It's like saying, even if something is illegal, is it really illegal if they don't enforce it? Just like how Twitch is about, like, when you're using real songs and people using songs in the background and stuff, technically you're not supposed to do it, but a lot of people are doing it, and then you're getting away with it. Then the time when someone gets banned for it, like it's like it's not that long. It's like it's not that many or none at all. So it's in a weird situation. I would say it's so odd that that people that we have to worry about this kind of content, even though you paid the money, you've supported Nintendo, and this is still
Mhm.
and this is the way that they treat their people. That's why I'm just like, you know what, like I don't. I mean, like Nintendo is like gets away with it. Like I've always said a ton of times, Nintendo walks on the beat of their own drum, and they get away with it. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully they change. Hopefully something changes. Something's got to give at this point because this is getting ridiculous.
I
For
still
it.
haven't
So
gotten a Switch 2 yet, and this
there's
might
no
be a
reason to.
determining factor. Like
Here's
it's unless they come out with something that I really really want and it's only on the Switch 2, I see no reason to even do that.
yeah. The only reason why I got the Switch 2 is Metroid Prime 4. That's the only reason why.
So,
And then
Scyther, to your point, that was only for the creator program. They didn't replace that. That was only for the creator program. I know someone that used to be in the program, and when before I had started streaming, because I used to mod for them and stuff, that I asked them about that, and they were like, "No, that we're just not allowed to anymore."
yeah. I mean, like I think they're shooting themselves in the foot with this game key card thing.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
understand. Like, and I think they're like the way that they're sluggishly trying to get around it is just shows that they really have no interest for it to help. The one reason why the Switch was as successful as it was because indies made the Switch be successful. Besides we know they have good first party games, but when you really strip down the original Switch, the first party games wasn't that many relatively when it initially came out, and then two, they were just porting over Wii U games to the Switch remotely, but it wasn't immediate. So all that stuff that was in between, all the simple indie games and stuff like that, and all the different kinds of options that they had was so open and so fulfilling to a lot of people. Now you're not catering for that. So it's kind of like you kind of forgot where you all came from at this point, and now you're doing this weird thing with the key card, trying to get a taste of both worlds when a lot of people hate it. Like I told Smitty last week, I'm not getting Final Fantasy Tactics on that system. I wanted Tactics to be on the Switch too, but after I found out it was a key card, I'm not getting it. I'm getting it on PlayStation 5. So whatever. But anyway.
When was the change? Because this article is from in 2018. The Nintendo Creator Program stopped in like 2019, 2020.
Yeah, they stopped before the pandemic.
That program got cut right before the pandemic.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But anyways, but they need to. I mean, they need to change with the times, and people need to kind of voice the opinions out towards it, because this is nonsense. I feel like they're buckling down even more, which I think that's a big problem. But like I said,
this is such a weird thing to buckle down on. Like, I can understand, going against people that pirate stuff, because that affects the devs' money. Anti-piracy, woot. But this is such a weird thing to buckle down on, especially since it's a live event that people gotta pay to go to it, but like you're not losing any money, especially if they're playing games that already freaking came out decades ago.
Not only that though, too, like people paid for these games. At least I would think so. Like, why? So like, at the interest of just, if someone stole it and then they were like, okay, Nintendo, I'm playing Nintendo's thing, you might have even that might be, you have something to kind of be about, but you don't. You don't even have it.
And they have a really hard case to argue for it, because I can't speak for the event in Japan, but if they're inspired by GDQ, they have the hardware at these events.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, nothing's being emulated. So what is the problem?
It doesn't make any sense unless it's like the mods, like like they do with the Nuzlocke and stuff, or like Pokemon and stuff. Maybe another thing, possible to be like, okay, you can't do that or whatever. But anyways, it's such a mess. Well, anyways, Nintendo, of course, once again shooting themselves again in the foot, or exposing themselves. Let's just say that they're exposing themselves again with these weird policies and stuff. So
I actually wonder what Twitch versus Nintendo would look like. Like, would they just unite with YouTube and TikTok? Like, what is that? I don't
know how that would be.
I won't say any longer on this topic, but
that's a good question.
I want to know what that's gonna look like.
Yeah,
it would be like
they're gonna have to do something to protect the creators.
It's gonna be a Power Rangers battle. I feel like the Twitch is gonna be like the Megazord, and then Nintendo's gonna be like
freaking Instagram shows up as the White Ranger.
Yeah. No, Instagram is Bulk and Skull. That's what the Instagram is.
Oh my god.
the bosses.
Sure, that would be Facebook.
Oh no, that would be Pinterest. Just randomly. It's like, there we go. But anyways, yeah, interesting enough. But like I said, it is what it is. It's so ridiculous. But anyways, but no, that's a good topic. We'll see how this is going to go. But let's just pray that it's not going to open the new precedents for Nintendo being like the dicks that they are about it. So, all right, my topic. I am talking about. We talked about this game before, and which I got confused. I thought Pop was saying Wuchang, but what it is, it's Wuchang. So Wuchang is a game that came out about let's say about a little bit over a month and a half ago, and so there was already some issues originally because the game wasn't optimized, and there were so many different kinds of issues that they had, but it was slowly kind of getting back to a steady pace again. So a lot of people are playing it enough. But then all of a sudden they shot themselves in the foot again with another issue. So they released a new patch update that came out earlier this last week with 1.5. But it did a lot of different things. So one of the biggest things is that it removed they made NPCs immortal. So keep in mind you, I never played the game. So I've seen, but I did not know. But originally, apparently, you were able to take out NPCs, which okay, cool. So now, the patch has made it impossible to kill most of the game's bosses' enemies too. Apparently, so they made it really tough to take those things out. And then also NPCs are now essentially immortal. But the biggest thing that people are upset about is that they did some censorship changes as well. So people were upset about the censorship itself, and they took to like social media platforms and stuff about the frustrations. So they kind of retconned and they changed the styles and things like that. I didn't even know that this was an issue. Could it be probably because of all the issues that's happening with like Steam? The Steam, adult games and stuff. But I mean, this is really adult games. But I have no idea why they would kind of go backwards on it. But a lot of people are upset about it. They haven't made a statement yet. At this point, they need to make a statement. They absolutely need to make a statement, because if they're going to lose these people that are actively playing right now, they might be in trouble. Trouble for it. So. I was like wondering, like, wow, how bad is it? It can't possibly be that bad. So we got to go to the number one place for reviews, and that is the Steam community review pile. Yes. So okay, so I'm going to the first one here. I need to see because I am blind. So okay, so there's a guy named Norse Bang Dancer, which is an incredibly odd name, but we'll go with that. So this is the one. He says he does not recommend. Surprisingly enough, I will say this: they have not review bombed it, so which is quite interesting. It's right now staying in a mixed form right now. I might change here in the near future. There's 5,752 reviews currently inside of it. So what Norse says he's 57 or they're 57 hours in. Enjoying the game so far. One of the greatest level designs since the original Dark Souls. Captivating story. Gameplay is fantastic with some game performance improvement. I would give this game a solid 8 or even 9 out of 10. Still on chapter 3, so do not want to give it a score yet. And then patch 1.5 shows up. Improving game performance is welcoming, but this must be the first time I've heard of a story plot change post-release. As far as I'm aware, plot change made the story completely different and even makes some of the characters' motivation pointless. I don't know what kind of pressure Lindsay got to go so far as to changing the game's plot. I've read that it's criticized by some gamers for not historically being accurate, but the story is fiction, is it not? Which I've always wondered, why are people on a hill to die on about fictional stories saying it's not realistic? Isn't that kind of oxymoronic?
It's a fictional story. Like what?
Yeah.
It's kind of, it is very weird. That's like, when someone says like it's like, oh yeah, you can't do like, oh, it's like, no, that's not realistic at all. It's like, bro, they're in space. They're flying. They're flying spaceships, man, and they go like they can't do anything. Anyways, I digress. It's like, I've decided to stop playing for now and hope Lindsay undo the plot changes, or at least make it possible to roll back to patch 1.4. And then he says I love this one. A famous person once said, "Those who seek to please all will please none." And then the statement was made by probably Sun Tzu. I'm like,
you know what they should do with any game that's like inspired off of a historical event or just some kind of historical figure. Remember in Samurai Champloo, the little cutaway cards? One that was like we care, now shut up and enjoy the show. So it's like we care, now shut up and enjoy the game. That's what these companies should start doing.
It's very weird.
Now shut up and play.
I totally agree. With that. Oh, wait, sorry, got distracted. TLDR, what of the games having a trouble. So what Norse is talking about is that he's been playing the game for 60 hours in. He's been going through the story slowly but surely. But then the patch itself changed the plot of the story. So it initially completely changed what he was working for the last 60 hours. So now he's saying that he's not. Yeah, so
insane.
Yeah, so he's not. He's saying he's not going to play until they either retcon it or not. Which I'm pretty sure they will have to do something because I bet you he's not the only one. So let's see if there's any positive that just
Yeah.
came out. August 11th. So no, that was before the patch.
What
Okay.
exactly did they censor?
The outfits, the style, like the looks of some of the bosses and stuff were kind of I guess was too scandalous, I suppose. But
Oh, really?
apparently, but I like I said, I've never played it, so I don't know exactly itself. So, but like but apparently it was noticeable for other people. Maybe the outfits for the protagonist too. So I don't know, but like but for a lot of people who are saying are furious about it, they're saying something. I'm not seeing a lot. Wait, had fun. Really neat levels and systems. Didn't really experience performance problems other than a hiccup when moving between this thing. They're not really saying anything good about what's anything else positive. No, they're just saying about the good story, but they're not showing anything about post update. But here's another one. Evil Forky says game was good till 1.5. World design and combat amazing. Sadly, Chinese nationalism ruined it. Not the same product as I bought in 1.5 1.5 update. Changed the story, which makes no sense. The enemies has became broken or heavily nerfed. It's not a Souls-like anymore. Sadly, in the future, I'll be more careful buying Chinese games after what transpired with this one. That is,
it's a Chinese. Like, wait, is it a Chinese developer?
It is. Yeah, it's a Chinese developer. Yeah, it's a Chinese developer. Lindsay
505 published, but
yeah,
Lindsay
505
is the developer.
So you think they were made to go in and make these changes?
To be honest with you, I don't. That's pretty extreme, even for China. I mean, like, because like the game was out.
But if they feel that you're doing some slanderous stuff, I could see that being a thing.
Yeah, but it's not like something that they would be like. It's not like something that they didn't. Yeah, but it's not like something that they wouldn't know until the game is released. They know throughout the process of when the game is being designed. You know,
well, they do, yeah, but not the government.
Yeah, I'm saying the government does. They keep all that stuff on high alert on everything when it comes to that kind of stuff. So they know the stuff through the process. Like it's weird. Like
how did they get through then?
I don't know. That's what's amazing about it. So like I said, I wish I could find. First off, did Wuchang ever have a physical release? I'm not sure if they did or not.
Not that I know of.
No, okay, yeah, I gotta look that up. But anyways, I want to get y'all's take. What do y'all think about? What do you think about this? I know y'all probably may not have y'all never played. Y'all haven't played it either. But if y'all have any opinions on it,
yeah, it's pretty messed up. If it does have something to do with it's crazy to me. How do you? That doesn't make sense. Number one, why would you go back and I've never you don't hear about story points being plots being changed, especially after all this time. People that have put into this, and now you're going to change the story. Not only did you change it, but then you just made it worse.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense. There's got to be something behind it for them to make that radical of a change. Not only that, but then they're like, "Oh, we got to nerf these outfits. They're too spicy."
It's very curious
shenanigans to me.
I don't understand how how we've seen for instance we saw Splitgate 2 go back in the beta. We've seen Mind's Eye saying, "Oh my god, you were right, Pop." What were you saying about Mind's Eye was wanting to have a secondary release, so many of the weird stuff that has happened this year in general about productivity of game production. But this is also a weird one on the fact that if they change the story that much for people to be that angry about it is pretty interestingly wild, especially if they were able to change the story through an update. That's what I find very interesting. I'm like, what?
From what I saw, the story change isn't necessarily the plot itself, but with it being a Souls game, you're supposed to kill the bosses, and from what I'm reading, you're not killing any bosses, which makes it pretty weird. I kind of wish I would have had my hands on this game sooner, so I would have been able to be like, yeah, this change sucks, or it's great, or whatever. But now I don't know if I want to play the game, because the appeal was that it's a Souls-like, and if that challenge is gone, as players are saying, then if I want to just play a regular action game to turn my brain off to, Warriors Abyss is right there. It
I know,
provides
right?
more than enough challenge.
These are the
Or
facts.
I can boot
These
up
are the
Neo
facts.
too, and just get my Souls like fix if I want, or Liza P if I want a Souls fix. But I was initially interested in the game because the aesthetic and the plot appealed to me. But if all of that is turning a lot of players off, especially players, and from what the reviews that CFG read, from what it sounds like, these people have like almost 100 or half a hundred hours in the game already, and
Yeah.
that's a turn off to me, of people who have put that much time into the game and are now saying that they don't recommend the product.
Yeah, that is unbelievable. I mean, I don't know, like
Such a weird move.
Yeah, I want to know more
Yeah.
about the censorship information. I will say that, but like I said, I don't see any way that they're going to have to renege. There's no way I could see them wanting to pursue pursue this, unless, to what Smitty's point is, this is a Chinese company, like, so it's very possible that like this is the way that they're forced to go this way. But we're going to have to get an explanation one way or the other. So
No, we don't. No, we
I
don't.
mean, there's going to be a statement. There's going to have to be. I mean, what? Let me go to stream. Let me go to Steam DB just to see how many concurrent players are playing it.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, I saw the blip. It's kind of weird too. Let's see, Wuchang, Fallen Feathers. Oh wow, they don't even list it. Oh wait, they do. Is that 50? Oh, oh no, that's the price. Ooh. It's not that much, about 2,500 people, but it's still like, I mean, that's not a lot of people, but like, if you're going to piss everyone up. 2,700 people are actively playing right now. Their peak was at 17,000, but their highest of all time was 131,000. So
there was 131,000 playing Wuchang?
Day one, probably.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I can believe it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, it's a mediocre game. I mean, it's like, it's
pain, I see.
Yeah. So there's a lot. I mean, it's big enough to be like, okay, we have a fan base. We have maybe a niche fan base, but it's still like they're going to have to take care of these folks and stuff. So, I mean, I don't see how they will not make a statement, or Lychee or Lenzi is going to not going to make a statement. I bet you $1 million is going to happen this week. Something's going to happen. Something's got to give this week.
Something's got to give.
Yeah,
something
exactly.
might happen, or the devs are going to have to be transparent about what's going on, because I wouldn't be surprised if China interfered with the process, because we all saw what happened with Mulan in the live action film, where China straight up said, "Hey, Disney, you can't do this, you can't do that." So it like completely changed how the film was going to look.
Are we talking about the live action one, or are we talking about the cartoon one?
The live action one, yeah.
Oh,
when
yeah,
China stepped in and was just like, "Yeah, I haven't seen the live action, but from what I've heard, it's I dodged a bullet."
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I still haven't seen any live action Disney film outside of Aladdin. I refuse to watch the others. If I want to see live action Lion King, I'll just go watch the Broadway show. 10 times better.
If they make a live action Treasure Planet, I might do it. That's what.
Okay, yeah, no, I might cave on that one, because that can work.
Yes, the live action
can work.
Sounds nice.
Didn't say it was gonna be great, because they can absolutely ruin the casting like they did with Snow White.
Man, did you know that they were originally going to call it Snow White and the Seven Magical Creatures?
What?
Yeah, there was before. Yeah, before that they went CG with the seven dwarfs. There was originally going to be just 7 random actors that were like different, but they weren't they weren't like dwarves. So what they did was that they decided to make it just like tall, like by what their personas were, like, grumpy, like sleepy and stuff like that. So they tested it out and they were like, this isn't working. Everyone hated it. Yeah, it was
the 7 magical creatures.
There's a random clip on YouTube where you can see it. It's so weird. Snow White and the casting couch. Oh no.
What else I just thought about?
It'd be like Harvey Weinstein presents Snow White and the casting couch. I'm sorry.
I don't understand why they don't just censor the audience in China, because they've done that with other games. Like in League, there's this one character, I can't remember her name right now, but she had a different look. They changed it where they finally allowed her to look the way that she looks. But for years since the character had come out, she had a Chinese look. And when I say Chinese look, I mean like the Chinese audience would see a different outfit for her than what you would see out in the West because of the censorship there. But they changed that. But now that I think about that in particular, why didn't they just do that? Why did everybody have to be affected by that?
Because this isn't even something like that isn't new for China. Like there's always this level of like I said, a level of censorship in certain games. Like Gods of Victory Nikkei does it all the time. Like they're gay. They have outfits specifically for the same character only in China because China's censorship is much stronger than it is over here. And then they split it up. So like and I'm pretty sure they've done it with multiple games and stuff. So I don't know, man. We're going under the assumption that we're going by this is what China is forcing them to do it. So I don't know if it's even that until we get some more information about it. But to be honest, so but it's just weird. It's very weird.
I forgot Xin Zhao had changes as well. In League, yeah, they had a couple of characters that they messed with.
Really? See, I didn't.
I haven't know it.
What is her name?
Don't stand in your glass tower looking down on us, Smitty. Oh, geez. Yeah, very weird, very interesting. But it's just a weird out of the just like Nintendo. It just seems like it went out of their way just to piss off their group. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this, but it was interesting enough for me. So
yeah, that stinks. I feel bad for the people that were enjoying the game to have something so drastic like that. You think you're getting a spicy update, and then come in and be like, "What is this? Like, what happened to the game? Like, what did
I know, do? Right? We didn't buy this. It's like, hey,
yeah, that would suck, dude. I'd be pissed if I paid money. If I paid money, I'd be like, no, dude, you gotta make this right. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
it's like, hey, there is a hard copy or like a physical copy of the game.
There is a physical copy.
Play it off? Oh yeah, can't they just play it offline and not have to get hit by the patch at all?
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, well, definitely you can.
Maybe that's what people are doing. Maybe that's what some people have done. Possibly, I don't know.
I mean, that's the only other way. That's the only other option you would be able to do would be to buy the physical copy of the game. But why would you buy the game again? You wouldn't want to spend 50 bones on a game like that unless you knew that what to expect or you didn't do it. So like, long story short, Donk, what happened was that they did a patch that basically changed the story element of the game that they purchased to a point that it didn't make any sense, and people put in a lot of hours in. And they also added a lot of censorship in the game just for we don't know the reason. So that's so we're just trying to find out. Like, we're just going by assumptions right now. So there you go. But it's I mean, I'm not I was planning on picking this game up when it's like discounted, when it's cheap, but
it's on Game Pass.
I don't do Game Pass. I never do Game Pass. Yeah, I don't believe in it personally. So I usually wait till the game goes down to like 10 20 bucks, and then I go pick it up. So there you go. Anyways, Smitty, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, just quickly, I wanted to bring attention to our absolute legendary FGC Evo billion-time champion Justin
Billion
Wong
time.
just signed with the esports team Basilisk, not as a player, but as a kind of like a recruiter and like basically their captain to bring in. And this is what's really interesting is I'd never heard of Basilisk before, but apparently it is a esports like team that's based within the scientific community, obviously employing things like math and other scientific they do different scientific content and whatnot as well. I just want to read a direct quote. Basilisk focuses on emphasizing scientific causes, having recently promoted partnerships with the Planetary Society and Caltech's Institute for Quantum Information and Matter, IQIM, to create a bridge between renowned scientific institutions and gamers. As a result, Wong will also be creating science crossover content for the new FGC team as well. Him quoting that math is super important for fighting game community or for fighting games. Would somebody please explain that to me? Because I don't know how math is important to fighting games.
Oh, it's very important.
It's extremely important.
He said that like that's just common. Like, oh yeah, you math it up. Like what?
Well, I mean, if someone in the FGC, definitely it's frame data is really important. Like for
I don't know what that means.
I know.
So frame data, just TLDR, you're playing a game and you're playing against someone, right? And you both punch at the same time, but you get punched first. This is where frame data comes into play. It tells you who punches faster. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So like, if you have positive frames, you move fast. Negative frames, very bad. You don't want to do that very often unless you're in the middle of a combo and the other person cannot recover.
Yeah, so like like, have you ever heard when people talk about like frame data, like when they say, "Oh, this is +3 on neutral," like that's what they're talking about. That's when they're doing all that kind of stuff. They're talking about delays and the delays or like who's faster between those two kind of things. So you could easily say, so you could easily say, do this attack. Yes, based on the character. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very important. I mean, I mean, it's not common knowledge. You're right. It's mostly for anyone that's looking on the outside in. You don't think about that.
That's just a part of a calculation that's going into a bigger equation of how they're determining who to use, what's going to be, you know what I mean, and things like that. Is that what you're saying to me?
It's more like, let's say you choose two different characters. Let's say you chose, let's say Ryu versus Ken. Let's say Ken has a +3 of a +3 on hit when he does a light jab, but Ryu has like maybe a 2 or maybe a -2. That just by knowing that information. So if it's like, let's say the two people hit at the same time, you know which one is going to go faster. That's right. That's what that means. So like when you look at setups and you look at when you're fighting someone specifically, you could, if you know how fast these people are, like but numerically, then you know what you can punish with. That's basically what that means.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I had no idea. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I think it's really cool too that just this number one, because I always find it kind of interesting with fighting games and why there's not more like organized esports in fighting games. So to see this esports team kind of look to build out a fighting game division within their what they do and whatnot, I think is super cool. I know that they recently won what is that, SC2 Esports World Cup Championship last month. So they're competing and whatnot as well, and then obviously working on these projects. I think that's super cool though, to be able to marry both the educational side of things along with the gaming side. The fact that they feature, this content, and how I think that is cool, because not only does that apply to video games, but I imagine you could take those numbers, take some of those formulas and things like that, and then apply it to other things. And there's a big world. There's so much there that I don't understand. That's really intriguing to me. So I just wanted to bring it up, see if you guys had heard about this. What your thoughts on it as well?
I mean, if you want to have someone to build a team for you that in FGC, I mean, Justin Wong is definitely the best person for it. So can't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I would love to know, like, this dude must be getting mad bank for it, because I don't think he's definitely not doing it in the kindness of his heart. But
Right.
but no, I definitely think that it's a really good move, a really good move on Justin, or to get someone that's a part of the FGC community that may not be an active player anymore, but is definitely a pillar of the community of the FGC community, to be like, okay, I'm going to scout people that are going to be coming in the future, the future players in that's going to be making a name for themselves for the upcoming games and stuff like that, or any games that's currently happening. And then we're just going to make a team, a mold of a team that to his best, his best view and his interest. And then to say that he's doing it with a brand new team with I forgot what was the name again.
Basilisk. I don't.
Yeah.
They are not a brand new team.
Are they not? I thought they came out of nowhere.
No. They've been around.
Okay.
For sure. I'd imagine so. I don't know. I'd have to look up to see when exactly they were established and whatnot, but like they're competing. So like now it makes a lot more sense too. If they're competing in the Esports World Championship, their focus is on StarCraft 2, Magic the Gathering, and chess, looking to bring in fighting game experience. And I know that there's fighting games at the Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6 for sure are in the Esports World Cup, World Championship. So it makes sense that they're looking to, because they are actively competing in that with them, like I said, winning StarCraft 2 last year. So that is kind of part of that portfolio for the Esports World Championship, are also fighting games. So that makes sense then that they're looking to expand and then compete more as a team. So
okay. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Yeah. I just I'm gonna follow along, because like I want to see this education, the content. I want to see the science content and how they mix the two in with video games, because you're right, there's a lot of that stuff that very much intertwined within video games that people don't realize. And I'm a big old dummy, so you know what I mean. Like I want to know more. I want to learn. I want to grow.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. What about you, Pop? What do you think about this?
As someone who combines my own passion and work with gaming, I think this is pretty dope. I am excited to see what he comes up with in the future. I really hope that they do something like this with like musicians as well. It would be nice to see more of these worlds connect, because gaming isn't too far removed from all these other fields. Like you can easily combine them. Plus, it might open up new job opportunities that people weren't aware of.
That's very true. That's very, very true. So yeah, I mean, like I said, that I think they chose the right person. I mean, there's a lot of people that they can choose from with it. I mean, like especially like him, not Combo Fiend, but Mike Ross, really good, really great folks and stuff. To see people from the past that lived, that built the FGC to what it is today, to be able to be like, you know what, I just don't need to compete anymore as much as it was before. Right. To be able to see what's going to be happening for the folks in the future, and then plus the team itself, the idea, like you were saying, Smitty, very interesting setup. So I'm definitely looking into interested in wanting to see where it's going to be, So
yeah, and I mean the fact too that they're working with these, with universities and societies and stuff like that. It's just it's like I want to see what that bridge is about. I want to see how they marry these two together. Like this, it's really intriguing to me. Like it just caught my. I mean, obviously with Justin Wong, but like more so Basilisk as an esports team, as an organization, and then the other organizations and what they're looking to achieve and do. Like, I'm like, all right, dude, like I'm keeping my eye on this because that sounds really, really cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think we'll start to see other people get invited, and I hope these orgs collab with each other as well, especially if they're going to be working with different universities.
Yep.
Yeah, the possibilities are virtually endless on that. So yeah, definitely, definitely. The scouting pool is large enough for him to be like, to literally just be on top of it, when he's not doing content creation. So yeah, it's really great. So congrats to him. We're looking forward to what he's going to make in the near future. So, all right, well, folks. Thank you for listening to episode number 275 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with a whole new series of different topics and discussions. But if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We do release it on all podcast services at the beginning of each and every week. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on all sexy voices.
Ooh.
Guys, also be sure to check out the awesome review that my friend Callista made for AI Somnium. It was actually, that game was really, really good. I was messing around with it too. So definitely check her review out. It's really, really awesome. So be sure to go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, for any more awesome content. And once again, this is Davis, Pop, and Smitty signing out. Y'all, take it easy.